Hello, everyone. Welcome to our specialty training, our specialty integrated solution session. Mark Stroop from our specialty division will be conducting the session today. Myself, this is Rose Cliff Olson with the Door Group, and Brandon Shank is on from Curry's. We will be monitoring the Q&As. If you have any questions, please type it in and we will get it to Mark. He is the technical guy here at for our group. So he is going to take over and walk you through our specialty and integrated solutions. Mark?
Thank you, Rose. As she mentioned, we handle the specialty and integrated solutions for the Asabwe brands. Today, we're going to talk about the team, quick introduction. We're going to do a very high-level product highlight, talk about some tools, and then we'll open up for some questions. So the team, who are we? We are the technical support for the products that we'll be talking about today. We do everything from reviewing the specifications and plans, design build with the architects. We offer complimentary shop drawings for orders that are come into house. We process all these orders and get them into the proper factories so that they arrive to your location in a timely manner. My boss is Howard Trier. That's who I report to. He is the general manager of the team. And myself, I am Mark Strout, the technical services manager. I have been in hollow metal for over 35 years, so there's not a lot that I haven't seen. It's definitely contributes to my ability to help answer questions and get involved in the research and development and to support all of you out there. Our team, so who are we? We are a team of, as you can see here, we've got different departments. We've got the management, which we just introduced. We've got a whole estimating team that manages all of the incoming requests. The project management team, they are the ones that really are the nuts and bolts of the team. They handle all the shop drawings. They get the project from estimating to ready for factory. And then we have a customer experience team, and that includes everything from order processing, handling our administrative duties, and customer service. We'd like to introduce a couple people. We've hired a couple new project managers. We know that the backlog on specialty products is ever growing. So we got two project managers added. Probably if you have seen this prior, Mike Gott and Aaron were both added, but specifically in customer service. Some of you might remember the name Teresa Brown. She has joined our customer service experience, and she is now sharing the country with Amy Hankins. And she is got 20 years of SQL experience. Really a great add to the team. And then again, on the right door slide, we've got a whole group of people who handle that specific product. Jason Whipple manages that side, along with some estimators, project managers, and processing. So what is specialty products? These are assemblies that have a performance-based specification requirement, be it blast, bullet, sound, etc. And our goal is to incorporate these performance requirements into assemblies and basically camouflage that security to prevent a building from looking like very prison-like or industrial looking. So that is our goal. And we have several items that we'll show you today that to get us to that accomplishment. We have a product spectrum through the specialty products, but actually through the whole door group. And it starts with your primary products or core products, your hollow metal doors and frames. And as you increase your security requirements and specialty attributes, it rises through sustainable solutions, decorative solutions, security solutions, resilient, intruder, and finally the total integrated solutions. So today we're going to start with the intruder resistance products and attack resistance. These are going to be in an order of level of security. The attack resistant is a product. It's not bullet resistant, does not stop the bullets from going through. However, the door frame and lock are shot multiple times, 30 in the glass, 30 in the door, 30 in the lock, and yet prevents a single intruder with hand tools, baseball bat, heavy rocks, something like that, from getting into the opening. The bullets penetrate through the door. They hit the wall, they're peppering the wall on the backside, but this is a secure in place, shelter in place type application. In a school, for example, the teacher can grab the kids, run around the corner, and the assailant can waste his energy on the door and frame. He's not getting in the room. The next level up from that is to stop the bullets from going through the opening, and that is a bullet resistant opening. Underage Laboratories has 8 basic levels, and these levels are based on different rifles or handguns and ammunition, etc. Level 1 through 3 is your common handguns, and then 4 through 8 adds in different levels of rifles. Next level up from that is a blast resistant. This is going to prevent an explosion from going off outside of your building. We saw this in the Boston Marathon, for example. It would have protected windows from breaking, doors from being blown open, and it gets much more significant than that if you have an attack in an embassy. We can go that high. It also protects against incidental explosions. Say you were at a petrochemical industry and a site and something goes off accidentally. It's going to protect people that are sheltered on the safe side of these openings. Finally, we have forced entry. This assembly is the grand mal of all assemblies. You can go at that with a 6-man attack team, large tools, sledgehammers, 2-man, 150-pound ramrod, etc. And this will protect a mob from getting through that assembly for several minutes. There's a 5 and a 6, 15 and a 60-minute assembly. This is really for your high-end, your consulates, your embassy entrances, etc. From there, we'll roll into the resilient solutions, and we'll start with the flood resistance. This assembly is designed for a temporary flood resistance on the back side to prevent water damage on the safe side. It has been tested up to 36 inches of water. It comes in a size of a 3070 with other sizes available upon request. We can do some design build to get you to what you need. This is designed for back of house type applications. It is a 4-sided frame and does not therefore meet ADA requirements. This is for your retainer wall, your flood room, where nobody really goes in there except to, once a year or something for maintenance. It will hold that 36 inches of water pressure back from basically drowning the rest of the building. From there, we go into lead-lined openings. We lead-line doors and frames, and we do have wood products in some of these products that we're talking about today. These are true wood doors. Our wood door today can take up to 1/8 of an inch of lead. Back into the hollow metal, we can pretty much design anything you've got. We have manufactured doors with lead as thick as 1 inch. These doors all remain 1 3/4 inches thick. Everything we do to accommodate this added lead happens inside the door, so you don't have to use custom hardware, custom spindles, etc., to get to a separate thickness of door. Again, it's kind of a carte blanche product line. If it's out there, we can build it. Stainless steel is the next one we'll talk about, and this is used for 2 reasons. You have aesthetic reasons. You want it to look really nice in a lobby, in a casino room, something like that. And that is, we use a 304 stainless. That's the most common stainless out there. And the most common finish on that stainless is a number 4 finish. This is light vertical grain. The second reason you would call in a stainless steel product into a project is for corrosion resistance. For this purpose, we would recommend the 316 stainless steel. This has more molybdenum and nickel, makes it more corrosive resistance than your 304. Remember, everything corrodes, so it still has to be maintained. You can't just put that door out there and think nothing's ever going to happen to it if you don't maintain it. This application can be used in a wastewater treatment plant, for example, maybe a pool in a high school where you've got a chemical atmosphere in the air, and the door will maintain its vision, its view, and its durability against all of these corrosion potentials. The next step from that is a water resistance, and this really goes hand in hand with some of the stainless steel. It doesn't have to be stainless steel, it can be a core. But what is water resistance applications? These doors are designed to basically be submerged underwater with no water getting into the core. Not that they hold back a flood or anything like that. Water does pass through this assembly. Unlike the flood resistance that stops the water from going through the assembly, it's a sealed assembly. This is sealed components. The door's sealed so no water can get into the core of the door, and the frame is sealed so that no water can get into the wall through the frame. All the hardware preps are sealed, the welds are all continuous, tops and bottoms are sealed, etc. We've seen this used in several places. It's used a lot in a lab environment where you have a wash down application happening on a daily basis or in between labs, etc. We've also seen this in, for example, in New Orleans, where you've got areas of the city that are below sea level. They know it's going to flood. Everything, if you've been to New Orleans, is cobblestone and brick and block. And when the floods come, they get out of the way, the water comes in, water recedes, they go in and power wash everything down. Without this door or a similar door, you would have to replace the doors every time because the inside would get soaked. And thus you'd have mold, mildew, etc. getting into the core of the door. With this door, you power wash it off and you're back into the building in the next day. This also is a great resistance against pests, bugs, etc. Since it is a sealed door, nothing can get inside that door. We'll move on to the security solutions. The most common out there, of course, we all are probably introduced to the acoustical world. We have STC assemblies up to STC 54 with a single opening and a 1 3/4 inch door. We also have an STC 55 that's a little thicker door. And then we have a 66 communicating system. A communicating system is similar to an opening between two hotel rooms where you open the door and there's a second door there. You have to open two doors in the same frame to get through that room. That's used for recording studios, places that they're measuring specific sound, etc. But up to that 54 accommodates a lot of hardware options, accommodates, we can put some visions in there. That holds it at about a 52, but we have varying applications to fit most any need on a job site. In addition to that, we have borrowed lights. They can also carry ratings as high as STC 57. So again, if you come across this, bring this to our attention and we will help you either get it quoted, shot drawings drawn, or manufactured for you. The next level to this is RF shielding. RF shielding is radio frequency shielding. This is similar to acoustical, where acoustical stops audible sounds. RF shield stops cyber listening. So you might find this in a data center, for example, a credit card building. If there's transactions going on inside a room, it might be in a high-end level security room for the government, where top secret missions, etc., might be taking place. What this is, it creates a Faraday cage, which is an invisible cage over that room or building, and will stop, it'll scramble any kind of signal trying to get in there to read or listen. This RF shielding a lot of times comes in conjunction with the acoustical. It makes sense. If you don't want to listen cyberly, you probably don't want them listening audibly, either putting their ear up against a wall, whatever, trying to listen in. So these can be combined. A lot like all of the products we're talking about today, because we offer such a wide variety. These can be intermixed and intertwined to become a design, build, custom assembly that carries more than one attribute. The next product that we're going to talk about is the right door. This door, if you're not familiar with it, it's designed to always stay open, which is kind of unique because most doors and frames are designed to close, right? This door is used a lot in a cross-corridor type application. It's buried in the wall or closes very tight to the wall. And if you notice, the exit device there is a very low profile. That's really the key to this product line. It can be hanging open with maybe a mag lock, something like that, it stays open. It closes during a fire. So if it's a mag lock, the door closes and creates a fire barrier. Why is the low profile exit device so important? Well, then the wheelchair or gurneys or grandma's medicine tree won't get hooked on it while you're going down the hall. The next product, the newest product line to our team here, is the right slide door. This thing is really growing well. We rolled it out about a year ago, and it's probably our fastest moving growing product line to date. This is designed to take advantage of a smaller floor space. Without the swinging door, you don't have to worry about the handicap access area on the floor plan where a wheelchair has to get into a room, open the door, and then close it outside of that area on the floor. These are soft close, soft open applications. They come with a variety of hardware options, mortise locks, pulls, as you can see in that picture. We are working on a few new product lines to this, but we believe that we have the best product in this product line out there. There are a couple competitors, but we are to date being able to meet or exceed all the requirements of any spec out there that may have been written around a competitor. We're seeing this a lot in the medical fields. For example, if you're in your exam room area where you've got a bank of 8 exam rooms in a medical center, your doctor comes and visits each one of you individually as you go through the bank. Well, this now, you can take that same space in a building, and because you don't have that extra floor space, you can now put 10 offices in there maybe instead of the 8, just making it more efficient. We're also seeing architects now looking at this as office space type applications. With the whole COVID thing that we have just experienced over the last year, and trying to get people back into offices, and they're looking at putting people into individual offices. These individual offices, of course, can be made smaller with a sliding door. So keep an eye out. That could be a big potential opportunity here in the future. So what are some tools that we can offer you today? For fast quotes, we have these email repositories. We have one for Currys, we have one for Seco, Pioneer, etc. There's several brands out there. And there's special pricing .currys@asabloy.com. Take out Currys, insert Seco, depending on the brand you're carrying. What is this used for? Why is it good? We are inside Assa Abloy's giant machine, right? We're very efficient, very automated. These specialty products a lot of times take some human interaction with interpretation of specifications. It might take some design build. You might be adding some of these attributes together. So this email is a direct communication link from the outside world out there right into our team inside Assa Abloy. It prevents that communication getting lost in a phone shuffle, and it's able for us to communicate right back to those who are asking the questions. For deliveries, for orders, or requests for shop drawings, any type of order placement, we have the same type of email repository. One is for orders. Specialty orders.curries@asaable.com is the example we're showing here. Again, take out Curries, insert Seco, Pioneer, Service Centers, they're all there. Again, this is to place your order so that it doesn't get lost along the way. This allows us to start the processing of that order sooner and get it to the shop sooner, thus with the opportunity to reduce your lead times. We have a help desk email repository now, specialtyproducts.techsupport@asaable.com. This is used a lot. We created it for those out there that don't have a brand in mind yet. For example, if an architect is writing a specification, he doesn't really care if it's a Seco or Curries brand yet. We want him to care, but we want him to be able to ask general questions. So this repository is designed to absorb all of that kind of general type questions. And bring those emails in. That again comes right to our team. We're able to send back out specific information and maybe even help with that specification to spin it into an Asaable specification. For lead times, every Friday there is a lead time sheet update that gets emailed out from Asaable. On that sheet is a section there circled in blue. It's toward the bottom. And all of the products, all the specialty products that we've been talking about, they're updated on a weekly basis in there with the lead times. If you're not receiving this, please get a hold of your local DSS and get on that email string so that you can get this every week. It's easy to delete until the time that you are questioning about a lead time, and then it's there for your use. It is very valuable. It's updated by our team every single week and very accurate. How do we get quotes today? We're growing at a significant rate and really handling the volume coming in. We're working on ways to communicate quicker, easier, and more effective with the customers out there. We've created these quick quote forms. They are available on 5 different product lines today, and they're designed to take that quote request of a 1 or 2 or 3 opening type request, where we have customers come in and say, hey, it's only 1 opening. Why does it take you so long to quote it? Well, it's in the queue and it's in line. And so what these do, by filling this out, you're interpreting the spec, you're taking the information off of the door schedule, and you know exactly what you want. You load this in here, send it to email repository that we talked about. Actually, you don't even have to do that. If you hit the submit button on the bottom, it'll do it for you automatically. When those come in, they get prioritized, and they are being, we're turning 95% of these in, we say 24 hours, but realistically, they're going out in like 1 to 4 hours. We're turning them almost as fast as they're coming in. So it's been a very good tool to get quoting out to you, the customer, in a timely manner. It was probably our biggest item that when we talk to customers, they say, I wish we could get our quote faster. Well, we've created this tool for you. So if you don't know about this, again, touch base with your local DSS. They'll be happy to give you a training. We have given them trainings, so we're kind of spreading ourselves out there. And if you have any questions, you can always get a hold of us. We have a variety of supporting documentations. We have maintenance, we have installation instructions, technical questions, hardware recommendations, etc. So if you need some kind of supporting information, supporting documents, copy of the warranty, whatever you need out there, bring that to us and we'll be more than happy to get that document in your hands. Finally, we all know about the government regulations, and if you don't, bring yourself up to speed because they're not ending soon. In the last 4 years, there's been a big push to build domestically, and that push has actually been increased. It's been doubled down, and we're going to see this for the next 4 years, that we're trying to have domestic build cross country. I'm all for it. That's great. But we have to know that up front because it can change the factory location. And that factory location change can cause a cost change. So if you come to us with a quote request and you say there are no government regulations on this and you get priced, and then later find out that, oh, this has to meet Buy America or Buy American, all of a sudden you're going to be upside down on your quote because there is going to be an ad to bring that into the US. Not always, but on some products, bringing it into the country to be manufactured here, because we do have factories outside of the United States. We have them in Canada and we have them in Mexico. It does bring an added cost. So with that, I think I have a couple minutes left here.
We do have a question, Mark.
Questions come in?
Yeah, there's one here that says, for the slider doors, are closers available as a hardware option?
I'm assuming you're referring to the right slide door. So the right slide door is a self-closing and I should say soft closing and soft opening. There is not an auto operator to pull the door shut after you walk through that. You got to grab the handle and give it a little push, but then it'll close and it'll softly complete the closing and or opening.
And that's all we have. But Mark, we've got a few minutes left. Can you talk to hybrids that they may see in specs?
Absolutely. I touched on it a little bit earlier, but I'll go into a little more depth. Sure. A lot of times we'll see architects and with the heightened security requirements out there, they'll start adding attributes to the spec. All of a sudden you need a blast door and you need it to be bullet at the same time. You need a bullet and you might need it sound resistant. For example, I'll give you a great example. We did a shooting range in a sporting store across the US. There was a chain where they wanted the customers who were buying a handgun to be able to shoot their handgun before they bought it. So they made a range in the back. It has to be bullet resistant. You don't want the bullets flying through the store. You also don't want to hear the gun going off in the store. So that had to be a bullet and sound resistance. So because we have such a wide breadth of specialty products, we're able to bring these separate attributes together into a single assembly.
Great. Thank you so much, Mark. I don't see any other questions. So with that, we thank you for your time to give us a high-level overview of specialty products. For the group, as a reminder, we have a review coming up April 8th. We've already sent the information to Paul, so you all should be getting that. This will be a session that if you have any questions about anything that we've covered, we're going to have all of the instructors back on that day available. So if you have any questions on anything that we've covered over these many weeks, you have the opportunity to maybe get something clarified or you have a question on it. So that's what we're going to be doing on April 8th. So with that said, if there's no other questions, I don't see anything. We thank you all for your time. Mark, again, thank you so much for doing the presentation, and we'll see you all in April. Have a good weekend, everyone.